Let's move on to Illustrator. This is the interface of Illustrator, and as you can see, it's very similar to Photoshop. Okay, so for this image, I started in Photoshop. I will use the pen tool to redraw the outline of this robot, and I'll create a vector image. Right. So here I already put the sketch, the robot sketch in here, and I create a new layer, and I'll start my drawing on this new layer. So when you use the pen tool to draw a graphics in Illustrator, the main difference is the color panel here. So in Photoshop, here's the Photoshop. So if I enlarge this toolbar, you can see it has a two color panel. Basically, the top one is the foreground color, the second one is the background color, right? And when you fill a color, for example, if I create a new layer, fill a color, you can choose to fill the foreground color, or you can switch by clicking on this button, and you can fill with the background color. So now the background color switches to foreground color, right? In Illustrator is a little bit different. Here the color panel. The first one is your fill color, and the second one is a stroke color. Okay, so what does that mean? Now if I use the rectangular tool and I choose the fill color, if I want to fill it with the red color, and I want the stroke to be black, and when I create a pattern here, see, in Illustrator, the color panel is the first one is the fill color, what color you would like to fill in the area. And second panel is a stroke, which is the outline, what color you want it to be, right? And here, if you don't want the black stroke, you can even select this stroke and turn the stroke off. So now if you draw another pattern, you can see that it will only have the fill, right? And the stroke is off. Okay. Or you can do stroke, make sure the stroke is on again, choose the stroke and double click, and we can make it as a blue color, right? So this is how it looks. So now if I switch the pen tool, okay, and with the color panel set as fill color as red, stroke color as blue, and if I want to draw, let's see, the arm of the robot, this is what can happen. See, I start with the 2 points, and I make a curve, and I would like to put this tangent to this direction, so I can create a curve here. See, as I continue drawing a curve, right, the stroke set as a blue, and it automatically fill red color in between. So what if you only want the outline, which is the blue color? What you will do is, see if I can edit it. You'll set the fill color as none. The first one is the color, what color you would like to set to the panel. Second one is the gradient, same as Photoshop. Third one is none. So if you select any of this panel and click on none, you will disable that panel. Okay, so now with the fill color, this panel selected, if I click on none, so that means if I draw anything there, it will only show the stroke. So now let's do it again. See, now we only have the stroke. That's exactly what we want for now. So we can just focusing on the outline of what we draw. Okay, as you're done, just hit the Enter key. Here is it. So another difference on the pen tool between Photoshop and Illustrator is, see, in Photoshop, if I use pen tool to draw something, stroke color and brush, right? So I draw a stroke, and if I want to fill a color in there, I have to choose a specific color, for example, red color, and I have to use the fill tool to click and fill, right? Because it is based on a pixel, as you can see, there's a gap between the stroke and the fill color, and it's very hard to blend these two colors together. Okay. However, in Illustrator, let's see. So I created this stroke, right? Now I would like the fill color in. Say I made a decision. I want the color to be, for example, silver color to be in the center. So what I can do is very simple. I can just click and select this path, right? And go to its color panel and change the fill color from none to a specific color, right? So if I select red, and it'll replace the null to red. However, if I don't want the red color, I can just double click on it and set a gray color. And if I confirm, it will be replaced as the gray color. And it doesn't affect the quality of my image. As you can see, if I enlarge it, it's very clear. If I don't satisfy with that, I can change it to any color I want, even green color, right? And see, just replace the color. However, in Photoshop, if I don't like red color, I replace it with green color. Fill color, replace it. And if I get close to it, see, this is a blue stroke. And here we still have the red color remain here, the color we filled earlier, right? So now we filled with the green color. So if I don't like it, again, I can fill it with the yellowish color. So now the green color and red color remain there, and on top of it, we filled with a yellow color. So the more times you do this, the worse the quality of the image will be. So that's to say, in Illustrator, we can do as much change as we want, and it doesn't affect the quality of the graphic.